Hi bookworms, and welcome back to my channel. Hello, if you've never been here, hello, and nice to see you if you're back to watch another video. Today, I'm sharing my summer TBR. Like my last TBR, I think, I'm just going to be going over books that I physically own that I need to read. If I started going into the Kindle books, the library books, the audiobooks, it would be an hour-long video. Truly, I think there are like 50 summer books I want to read this year, and realistically, I need to prioritize the books I physically own. So hopefully, talking to you about all these books today will inspire me to get on my reading. Yep. Again, we have my handy dandy book cart, and I actually have my little pink jelly cat here too to help us through this process, this grueling process of all the books I want to read this summer. All right, let's get started with the few I have on the bottom shelf since it's a little less in focus. First off, I have Sharks in the Time of Saviors by Kauai Strong Washburn. This one, literally I got for my vacation to Hawaii because it does take place in Hawaii. I guess I haven't given you the synopsis, but made a trip to Hawaii with me, and I did come back, but it didn't get read while I was there. So this one is about a kid who goes overboard. They're like a 7-year-old kid, and they get saved by a shark. And it's kind of a lot about the culture and the myths and legends in Hawaii. I mean, it seems amazing. It's a debut author. I am like dying to read this. It's just like I never get around to it, allegedly. So that one needs to be read this summer. Unfortunately, I will not be reading it on the beaches of Hawaii. All right, next on the agenda, I have Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. I mean, everyone and their mom has read this one or watched the movie with Julia Roberts. I have done neither. I think this one is about a woman in her 30s who is going through a divorce, having a hard time, and she decides to go experience different cultures in Italy, India, and Bali. So she gets to go see different cultures and learns from them, I'm assuming. Again, don't know much about them, and I'm not going to read full synopses for you, synopses, because I don't like to know everything going into the book. Like, I don't want to have too many preconceived notions, so I'll just tell you what I do know. But next on the agenda is actually a reread, The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I talked quite a bit about this one in my summer recommendations video. This one also takes place in Hawaii, but it is an enemies to lovers romance with a vacation. What could be better? But I just want to reread it. It's been a few years, honestly, so that one is on the TBR. Next, a book I have actually started for the summer, which is great news, is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This one, so far, it seems to be kind of a rekindling romance in Friends to Lovers. It seems like a second chance romance so far. Our main characters live next to each other on a lake, and they spend the summers together. So, seems interesting. Not too far in yet, so I don't have too many thoughts for you, but that one we are already chugging through. Moving up, literally, and moving on, we have the Queen of Summer herself, Ellen Hilderbrand. Not that I would actually know because I have not read a book from her yet, but everyone talks about how she's the queen of a beach read. This one is Summer of '69. I was supposed to buddy read this with my bestie last summer, and she read it, and I got 20 pages in, I think, and I wasn't feeling it, so I went into this thinking it was going to be a romance, and I think it's more about this family, and there's so much going on with each kid, and each of them is kind of hiding something from their mom or their family. It seems like it's kind of, it says this is an era that shaped the nation, so it's just kind of about this time period. So I think I need to go into it thinking more like literary fiction and less romance, and I'll probably get more into it. At least that is the hope, right? Okay, next I have The Sun Bearer Trials by Aiden Thomas. To be honest, I know very little about this. I think there is like this big competition that like the Sun Bearers let me think about this, that the golds enter. There's a whole, like, what am I supposed to say? It's fantasy, hun. There's a lot, I think, going on in this book. It has a map straight out of the gate. So, like, clearly, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot to unpack. But I loved Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. This one, I think, is about, like, a trial they enter. Y'all, no, I'm just gonna be for real. I don't really know. It's fantasy. I want to read it. Can that be enough? I think that's gonna be enough for that one. Okay, next I have Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. This one is a YA, I think, romance. She goes to Tuscany to spend the summer there. I wish I was going to spend my summer in Tuscany, but beggars can't be choosers. Anywho's, things happen. I don't know. I am the worst at this. Like, my TBR, like, if I'm recommending a book, I know what's up. If I'm talking about my TBR, it's hard to say. This has been on the list for a very, very long time. I feel like it has romance, and she's in Italy, so there you go. There you have it. Could I be wrong? Sure. I could absolutely be wrong about that, but we're just gonna keep moving. Okay. Next, I need to know something about these books before I talk about them. Okay. Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. This is YA. It's been out for a long time, and I think it was popular when I was reading a lot more YA, and I just never got around to it, but it's won so many awards. One. Two, it just sounds super great. It's about Dante and Aristotle who meet, and I think they just, like, have a huge impact on each other's lives, and they emerge stronger from their connection. I don't know too much about it, but it seems very heartfelt and sweet, and that's really what we're looking for this summer, honestly. All right, from here we get into some series I'd like to get to this summer. I do realize the two books I just spoke about do have follow-up novels. I'm just not convinced I'm gonna read those, / I don't own them, so it's hard to say if we'll get to that. But these next few, I already own the series, or I'm very motivated to get into the whole thick of it, you know? A series is a commitment, so we don't just throw it around. So first I have these two books by Abby Jimenez. These are companion novels, so it's not about the same couple, but I think I spoke about this one recently. This is Part of Your World. It's about a doctor who kind of falls in love with a farm boy. She kind of has the city life, and it's them coming together and trying to work out their differences, maybe, or like figure out what they want together. Does that make sense? Because they kind of come from different walks of life. So there's that one. This is the companion novel, so it's about a different couple, but it's about a doctor who is going through a divorce, and her brother is running out of time to get a kidney donated, and I think it's a bit enemies to lovers. There's a new doctor, and she doesn't love him, but it looks like he sends her letters. So we can get behind that. That sounds fantastic to me. It looks like we have the Six of Crows duology. I'm pretty sure it's a duology. And I think you're supposed to read the Shadow and Bone trilogy first, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that. So we have Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I mean, do leave a comment if you think I absolutely need to be reading the trilogy that comes before this, but to be honest, I've just heard such good things about these. It's some people's favorite fantasy ever. I think it's about a group of, like, a crew of thieves coming together to pull off a heist. That's what I know, but make it fantasy, right? So excited about that. Next is literally the series of the summer. Like, you already know what I'm going to talk about. This Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy. I have never read these. I did read when I was younger. I read To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and I'm not even convinced that I actually finished that series. I think I read like the first two, but I have all three of these. You guys, I haven't watched the show. I'm kind of thinking about doing a little vlog series of me watching the show and reading them. Let me know if you're interested in that. But it's a YA romance novel. It takes place on the beach in the summertime, and yeah, here they all are. They're beautiful. I love these new covers. So this is like non-negotiable. I'm getting to these because I also want to watch the second season, which is about the second book. So gotta do it. Gotta get to those. High priority. And lastly, oh, we have 2 standalones. So good job organizing the cart, Grace, because those should have been further up. But anyways, I have One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. In this one, her husband goes missing on a helicopter trip and is presumed dead. She gets remarried or engaged and falls in love again, and it turns out her husband isn't dead. So then she's got to choose what she's gonna do. I think this one sounds super captivating. I think it'd be a great beach read. I'm excited about this one. Hopefully it gets read this summer. And last, but certainly nowhere near least, is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I have read everything else she's written. I've read her backlist besides this guy. I think this one takes place during August. It says one summer, 2 rivals, a plot twist they didn't see coming. So it feels right to be reading it. Yeah, August. My memory is uncanny. Okay, anyways, it takes place in North Carolina. I know that this one leans a little more towards literary fiction with some romance. It's a lot about her and her sister, and she kind of has, I think, an enemies to lovers situation with Mr. Charlie. If this is anything like most of Emily Henry's stuff, it's gonna be a 5-star. So you guys, there's the cart. I mean, she's stacked. She's loaded down. I'm happy I put a few fantasies on here to kind of mix it up. Definitely going to have to do some refreshing between reading all the romance. But thank you guys so much for watching. Oh my gosh. I have officially given you all of my summer thoughts besides my Kindle, which you just don't want to see what I'm reading on that. But thank you again for watching. It's so fun to film these and get to interact with you guys. Please, please, please leave me something you want to read this summer, or if there's something new here that you saw that you want to bandwagon on, please do. That's what BookTube is all about, is bandwagoning and having a TBR that is far too long. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Cheers! If you're curious what Darcy was up to while I was filming today, you're looking at it.